Hey, people. Hey, Long Beach. Make sure I'm live. Hey, Long Beach. Hope you guys are ready for me tonight. Hope you're ready for me. Oh, my goodness. Hey, Long Beach, it's Jerlene, and I'm live. All right. Give me just a moment to get situated and all set up. I hope you all are have had a fabulous weekend. I've had a pretty exhausting weekend. Um, I've been peopling. Peopling is exhausting when you haven't been peopling for several years. So I'm like, I think I've taken in a lot of energy. Most of it was good, positive energy, I think. Yet I'm a little wore out. So, but tonight is gonna be an interesting night, folks. So just bear with me. Still, I'm my own technician. But anyway, it's Jerlene and I'm live. So I'm here, Jerlene Tatum, a mama with a voice, not afraid to use it. Uh, Raised between Long Beach, California, and the Ozark Mountains of Arkansas. So I'm here to All Politricks Are Local. All Politricks Are Local. Here to talk about some local politics here in Long Beach. Give me just a moment. I'm trying to get this shared to a few places and spaces. If you're watching me right now, please share this, like, react, let me know that you're here. Tonight is going to be a little I'm nervous right now about tonight. I just want you to know I'm nervous. I'm gonna try to stay within a time frame of no more than 45 minutes. Yet I'm here, and I guess people are saying the Oscars are almost over. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't watch TV, so I have no idea what's happening right now other than what's going on in my home. So I'm going to start out just kind of doing a recap of my weekend. But tonight I am going to be talking about the mayoral candidates. So I'm going to be talking about the mayoral candidates. A couple things today. Were brought to my attention, and I'm going to talk about those things, and not just this. Like, I've been watching all the mayoral candidates, so I'm hoping like tonight I'm gonna dig in a little bit deeper. But I'm just going to start out with the recap of my weekend. So on Saturday I had an opportunity to attend. Oh wait, let me do one more thing. I had an opportunity to attend a candidates brunch at the historical dairy, the home historically preserved or historically uh, listed, designated landmark, the dairy in North Long Beach, owned by Holly and Dan Pressburg. They hosted their 24th candidates brunch, and I was able to attend the brunch. It was beautiful, great energy. Got to talk to candidates. Left with a whole bunch of papers. I didn't actually get to meet her, but she was there. They're all falling out different. I don't even know if y'all can see that. My light's too bright. Here we go. There we go. You can see kind of my light's too bright. But I left with a whole bunch of, I got door hangers and I got printouts. And so let's see what candidates were at this brunch over the weekend. Candidates for the city prosecutor's office, the Long Beach City Prosecutor Office, candidates for the Long Beach City Auditor's Office, and candidates for the Long Beach City Attorney. So I had an opportunity. Oh, and let's see, we had prosecutor multiple prosecutor. I actually got an opportunity to talk to several of the candidates while I was there. George Moyer, Nick Liddy, who's this guy? This is Dan Miles. William Somerville was their congressional candidate. Jerry Shipsky, our own Jerry Shipsky, running for city attorney, was there. Who else? Janet Foster running for assembly. Christina Garcia, like I said, I did not see her, but I did not speak to her. She was there. Let's see, I believe the current city auditor, Laura Dow, passed through. I did not actually get an opportunity to see her, but I heard that she passed through. Current city prosecutor Doug Halbert was there. And then a host of other candidates showed up. So this event that took place at the dairy, and if you can hear me right now, if you can see me, please let me know that you're watching. I'm trying to, let's see, navigate multiple devices right now. But the candidates brunch was an opportunity for community to come and meet candidates in multiple elections. So the folks that were invited to this were assembly, congressional, auditor, prosecutor, attorney, and I believe that was it. So there's going to be another candidates brunch in April, and during that time, city council candidates and mayoral candidates and school board candidates will be invited. So please stay on the lookout for that. I will talk more about that as that come up. Uh-oh, that was not supposed to show. I don't know why that even popped up there. All right, so, okay. So this week's petty of the week, I don't have one, a petty of the week. I think I'm the one that's been a little petty of the week and how I've been scrutinizing some of the candidates. So let's see. We're just gonna, one thing that's very interesting, since I've been doing this and chatting with people and different things, someone says that I'm being controversial. And I'm like, how am I being controversial sharing information? I'm not the one that's controversial. Maybe the candidates are controversial, but I'm not controversial. I'm just letting the people know what's going on. But if you think I'm controversial, please give me a thumbs up. I'm cool with it. I have no issues with it at all. But we're going to jump into a few things. So I am a little scattered right now. I've been getting a lot of information. So I've had different people have been sending me information. So there's a lot of folks that have been actively campaigning. And before I go into the mayor's race, I wanted to share something. So one of the candidates that is running for the first district council office, which is watching right now, Lee Charlie. Lee sent me a couple videos, and I'm actually going to share those videos. It's only a couple of them, so give me just a moment. Let me find the right one. I believe this is it. Yeah. So this is a candidate. And first of all, I want you all to know at this time, I am not promoting any particular candidate. I'm just sharing information. So Lee Charlie has been out canvassing the community in which he's running for. And he stopped and he took a couple videos, which he shared with me. And I asked permission if I could share them of his experience when he's been out there canvassing. So I just want to share this. So let's make sure I do this right.
Was in District 2, the upper part in District 1. So I've been talking.
Okay, so let me start that again. So in this video, he is talking about redistricting and and what he's experiencing and hearing people say about redistricting. Let me take myself off of the screen. Just give me just a moment. And of course, I can't remember how to do that. Okay. So this is, so just take a listen to this and let me know if you're able to hear this. Give me a thumbs up or something.
Quite amazing. We've been canvassing an area that I really don't ever hear about, and it's the West Village neighborhood. And it was split in half. The lower part was in District 2, the upper part in District 1. So I've been talking, now we're at 40 people, and all of them voted for Cindy Allen or Robert Fox. And we're shocked that they're getting ready to be voting again and didn't even know about redistricting. And we're shocked that they're now part of District 1 and they are voters. Quite amazing.
Okay, so if you've noticed, he was just sharing about his experience in talking to individuals in his community as he that have shared with him that they don't even know what district they're in, that they were not aware that they had been redistricted into a new district, and they were unaware that there's an election coming on. So one of the reasons I've been going live is to kind of educate people who have not been part of this process, the democratic process of being informed before we vote. So thank you, Rich, for sharing that with me. I'm actually going to share another one. So let's see, I'm going to share this. So give me just a moment. All right, so this is another video that was shared with me by Rich. So, and again, like I said, I'm not in any way promoting one candidate over another. Yet, folks think that people. I don't know. Some people probably don't think very much about elections. They get their flyers in the mail, or someone tells them who to vote for, and they just vote for. But then we have a large group of people in our community that are unaware of the democratic process. So let me go ahead and play this. Oh, I have to pull this back. And here we go.
Today we're canvassing District 1 kind of by Ocean Boulevard. 5 people in a row said, "Who's our city councilwoman?" And I just heard it again. "Why are you running against Lena Gonzalez?" Today we're canvassing.
So I don't know if you all heard that. So as he's out, he's discovering that people don't even know who their current representative is. And they're actually asking him, why is he running against a candidate that was two candidates or two political elects back? So it's this is why it's so important for us to be informed, because we have a large population of people who are not informed. And one thing about it, they may not be informed for a multitude of reasons. One thing that happens during election season, when candidates are campaigning, they kind of select who they want to campaign to. So if you're registered as a party, if you have a party, Democrat, Republican, you are more likely to receive a mailer from a candidate that is also within one of those party lines. Also, if you are a regular voter, you may more likely hear from a candidate. But if you don't vote very often, you may never hear from that candidate. If you're not registered within a party, you may not hear from a candidate. So there's a multitude of reasons why people are uninformed. So thank you, Rich, for sharing that with me. So again, that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this, so that we can educate people in the process. So the last time that I went live, I was sharing the different who was running. So I shared I showed different pages. I showed the city of Long Beach's page and the candidates there. I also showed the county recorder's page, that if you want to learn anything about the congressional candidates, the assembly candidates, or school board candidates, you have to go there. So there's been a rumor going around that the candidate that is running in the congressional race for the 42nd seat, Reverend William Somerville, that he's not in the race. And I had even posted something on someone's post asking about him being invited to the event over the weekend. And someone was like, the word is he's not even in the race. Well, that word is false. And if anyone wants to be able to verify where these candidates are, you can go to any of the last few videos and you see the links to be able to access this information. So I really encourage people to do that. And there's a bunch of reasons probably why that has been a rumor, yet find out for yourself. Okay, so I'm going to bring this up. So what I've just brought up to the screen right now, this is the City of Long Beach's website, and it shows what candidates are currently going to be on the ballot. So one of the reasons I'm showing this again is because I want people to be able to take a look at it. So if you notice, for example, there's an asterisk next to Raul Cedillo, Deb Moser, Josh Rodriguez. I got an opportunity to meet Mr. Rodriguez on Saturday, and very interesting gentleman, very police officer. Very police officer. But the reason they have asterisks next to their name is because they don't have ballot. They did not pay for a candidate statement to be put into the candidate's book or the election book. So what I am going to do, I'm going to reach out to them. I'm going to ask them for their statement so that I can share them, or I'm going to like help get people to websites. If you go to my page of to last week's talk, you'll see links to all of these candidates pages. So for tonight, I am going to spend some time on the candidates that are here. So I've never met Deb Moser in person. We have communicated online before. Raul Cedillo, I have not met him as well. Yet I have had an opportunity to meet Rex Richardson in the past, as well as I've had an opportunity to chat with Susie Price. And then I'm familiar with Franklin Sims. So one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to show you all of their ballot designations or their candidate statements. Okay. So this is the candidate statement, and hopefully people are able to see what I'm showing right now. Okay. So this is a candidate statement for, oh, it didn't show. Oh, that's because I did not tell it to show. Give me just a moment. All right, now you should be able to see. So right now I have the candidate statement pulled up for Rex Richardson, current council member of the ninth District running for city council. So in this, that meant that he paid the fee in order for a candidate statement to be in the election booklet that we will all receive. So I'm just going to go over this real quick. And again, I am in no way promoting any candidate. I will get to that point. I will share my thoughts on specific candidates, as far as like who I would like to support or whatever, and then I may not. But so anyway, if you notice this, is Long Beach provided me with an opportunity to put down roots and build a family. I every time I read that, I was like, put down roots or grow roots. Which one is it? Um, he uses his title as vice mayor, and as I shared in a previous conversation, that vice mayor, that title vice mayor is selected by a group of peers. That means the other people that sit on the dais, that sit in the city council, selected him as vice mayor. We as the people did not elect him. With the vice mayorship, there's like the ceremonial thing that you get, that you go to different events in place of the actual mayor. So let's see, fought for vital public safety services, reducing emergency service response times. So folks, is that true? Do you know if that is a reality? Secured significant infrastructure investments, opened the Michelle Obama Neighborhood Library. Okay, that for sure we know. Have proud to have spearheaded efforts that helped our public health department resolve. Oh, I do have a petty of the week, and I will share that with y'all in just a moment. So anyway, here is, so you can find this online. I'm going to go ahead and pull up another one. Give me just a moment. I'm going to pull up Susie Price's. So Susie Price, she is a current council member as well. She is a third district council office. So she lists her stuff a little bit differently. She does some bullets here. So, Long Beach is a crossroads, and it's time to focus on the quality of life issues that affect all of us. I'm running for mayor. So she talks about why she's running for mayor. She gives some more, she talks about a vision versus the other candidate talks about what he's accomplished thus far. Let's see, creating safe neighborhoods, homeless strategies that actually work. One thing that I find really interesting about any of the candidates that her current political elects that are running for reelection or running for higher office, what I find really interesting though is when they talk about what they're going to do. I always wonder, if you've already been in office for an extended period of time, why is it not already done? So that's something that when I'm looking at these different candidates and I'm listening to them, that's a question that I'm asking. So you said build back better, small business owner raising a family. So again, this information is on the city's website. So let's go back. And I hope I pulled that up right. Did I pull hers up? Yes, I did. So now I'm going to pull up Franklin Sims. So y'all, I'm about to get a little dirty now, okay? And I'm just going to tell, well, not dirty, but I'm going to talk about some stanky stuff in just a minute. So if you notice, on his designation, he puts homemaker. And then this is his statement. I'm running for mayor to empower the people that have been left out. For city workers that earn too little while management gets a raise. For mothers who want to take their kids to local parks and clean bathrooms. So if you notice, his statement is even different. He's like going after the heartstrings. He's like, I'm talking to you. I'm about you. I want you. So I need to pull myself. Y'all need to see my face on this one. Y'all need to see my face on this one. So let me go back to there. Okay. So if you look at it, because when I sit down with big developers or the police unit, I won't have accepted money from them. So my conscience and judgment are clear. Okay. So anybody who knows me and knows that there are certain things that I'm just gonna say I'm a little anal about. That I have a high expectation. And when it comes to leadership, I expect people to be able to properly write a sentence. When I read this, I don't even want to read it. I'm just going to be straight up. Now, Mr. Sims claims to have a oh gosh, what is it called when you're an attorney? The I went blank. The degree you get to become an attorney. Wait a minute. I don't know if anyone's making comments anywhere, but I need some help right now. JD, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ovaye. I just completely lost it. If someone has a JD, I expect them to be able to write as such. I'm homeschooling my kid right now, and I'm teaching her that we don't start sentences with because. So I'm having a really hard time with this right now. And then I took I had the intention of actually getting a master's degree in English. So after my receiving my bachelor's degree, I took a year of English courses, and I remember being ripped a new one when I used a contraction in one of my sentences. So I have like this trauma twitch a little bit when I see people that talk about I won't. It's a whole negative. It's a whole language and reason behind that. But I'm gonna stop sharing that right now. I'm gonna stop sharing that. So I don't know. Is anyone watching right now? Okay, so I've shared with you a little bit about what these candidates have said about themselves and things that you're going to see in the election. So let's talk about what I've seen this week. So this is just the mayoral candidates, right? So I've seen one mayoral candidate that has, and this is on social media. So anything that's on social media is fair game, right? Anything that's on social media is fair game. Anything that's out in the public is fair game. Anything that information is being pushed out there, it is fair game, y'all. All right. One candidate wrote on their social media that they spearheaded a program. What was interesting about the program that they claim they spearheaded, the program started in 1989. Now, clearly someone, and I'm not giving that person's name right now because I don't want to be too petty about it because it was changed. The candidate changed it, and they changed it to supporting. Yet when we see those type of things, we need to be able to call that out. When I saw it, because I'm aware of this specific program, and I'm like, that person didn't spearhead. That person was like 5 years old when that program was launched. So when we see that, we need to call it out. So there's also candidates that are using images and pictures of people who have not endorsed them as individuals. So I know I'm going to talk about endorsement a little bit. I'm not going to go into endorsement today. Well, I might. Yet we need to call that out. So there's a reason that Jerlene does not take pictures with people unless she really, really likes you or she really, really wants to. Because I don't want to see my image somewhere without my permission. And when you take a picture with somebody, you kind of imply, that you down with them or whatever. Yet this candidate is taking pictures off of old Facebook pages and using them in current social media posts. So when you see that, call it out. So I'm not calling out the person's name. So that's one thing that's happening. Another thing, candidate, again, I'm not going to name names, is going to businesses with another political elect and asking for money. Now, I know there's nothing illegal about that or whatever. Yet, if I owned a business, right? And my council member walked in, because I respect my council member, right? Walks into my business and walks in with a candidate and asks me for a check, and I don't even know that candidate. I might feel obligated to give them one. So, so this is like my petty of the week. I don't even know if I'm being petty, because this is facts. I'm not lying. I can show y'all stuff, but I'm trying not to like go like in on people too hard. And then we have one candidate that's doing yoga on the beach. I think they need to do some yoga on the beach, because they're gonna need some yoga for the next 2 months to get to this election. And then I'm gonna have to show y'all some information here. So give me just a moment so I can pull this up. So I shared this on my Facebook page earlier today, um, of something, and this happened today. So let's see. Oh, will it let me share this? Let's go. Give me just a second, people. All right. So I'm gonna share. I'm gonna actually share my Facebook page with y'all. So give me just a second. And I'm not watching the comments. So I do see people giving comments. Again, if you're watching, thumbs up, share the video. I'm talking about what's going on in Long Beach right now. I'm specifically talking about mayoral candidates and different things to watch out for. And so the one thing, let's see. I think this is the right tab. Nope, wrong tab. Wrong tab. Okay. All right, folks, let's see. Hopefully I got this right. Let me take me off the screen. So this is my Facebook page, people. So I actually shared this earlier today on Facebook. So we have one candidate that is leaving flyers on cars in different neighborhoods. So this was this was happening. Two streets were identified today. One of them was Daisy, and the other was Main Street. But this is what candidate Franklin Sims has been doing, and I don't know if that's legal, y'all. So if you another candidate and you watching, you may want to check into the legalities of that. Me personally, I actually, I don't care what you trying to promote. If you put a flyer on my window, I have an issue with it. So this right here, this was found today. So anything, wait, I wanted to talk about this a little bit. So when I saw this, my first question when I went down, I was like, stood up to City Hall on broken promises. But y'all need to see my face on this. Hold on. Y'all need to see my face. Did what? Let me read that again. Stood up to City Hall on broken promises. What? Gave a 90-second comments. It's City Hall. What does that mean? I'm jumping down to the bottom one. Fought for our kids' air quality when the port and City Hall were prepared to greenlight a toxic site near two elementary schools in a park. I have been trying to find out what that was. I could not. Is there anyone that's like watching right now that knows um that knows what that project was? Okay, I see Carlos. Thank you. Here, I'm gonna pull this up. It says flyers and cards have been done before, not unique, not illegal. Thank you for that, Carlos. I've never seen political candidate flyers on a car before. I've worked many campaigns myself, and I've never seen that as a strategy. Especially when you think about the amount of waste that happens. It's supposed to rain tonight. So if those flyers are on the cars and it rains tonight, that's going to be a hot mess come tomorrow. And a lot of that becomes waste. But thank you. It's not illegal. He says, but I'll go ahead and put it in. But it's tacky. I completely agree. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Carlos, for he says he's referring to the SCIGG project. I'm not sure what that project is, Carlos. I'm not familiar with that project. So if there's anything that anyone, thank you, Carlos. Let me see if I can pull that up. I don't know if, is there a way for me to copy that? Is there a way for me to copy that? If there's a way for me to copy that, I will pull that up because I definitely want to take a look at that. So thank you for that. So let's go back to this beautiful flyer here. These are being passed out and put on people's cars by a candidate. No bueno. So let's go ahead and let's take that down. Oh, let me show you the other, just so y'all know I'm not lying. Here we go. There it is. I don't know whose car that is, but it's somebody's car. And the car is on a Daisy Street and they got a flyer on it. So let's talk about what actually happens when how people are targeted for information. Usually, when candidates are campaigning, they receive voter registration lists, and these voter registration lists can be very specific. They can segment the list down to identify: is it male? Are they a male? Are they female? Are they black? Are they Latino? The Latino is a little bit different because it's based upon last name. But this is information that they basically pay for and they get, and then they send targeted mailers to these different people. Like when I began, I said that, if you are a registered party, if you're affiliated to a party, you're more likely to get information for a campaign or for election than someone who's not. If you are called a high propensity voter, means you vote in almost all the elections. I don't know what the actual number is. You are more likely to be reached out to by a candidate. So if we go back to here, leafing a car, I'm not sure what strategy that is. Okay. Other than creating more waste. All right. So I'm not gonna leave this alone. Okay. So I'm gonna go all petty on y'all, right? So one thing that's interesting, of course, all the candidates are attempting to reach and connect with different bases of people, right? So some of these are very ethnic based, racially based. So they're choosing a group of folks just to connect with. Um, I don't know how I feel about that. I think at one time I used to think that was like the cool thing to do. But the more and more I pay attention to how divided our community is and how there's so much division, I, it doesn't feel healthy to me. Now, one thing again, if people know me, I'm pro-black. I'm blackly, black, unapologetically black all day long, and I'm about black people, black issues. And when I wake up, I look like this. So when it comes to the conversation of black people and advocating for black people, I will always do that. Yet I'm also a type of person that I have great love for people of different groups and different ethnic groups. And when I get the impression that there are individuals in our community that are pitting us against each other or making promises that are that create more division, I find it problematic. And then also when I see people that are doing these how can I put it, that are ignoring the black community. Now, there's been different events that have been kind of been black focused, black centered, but when it comes down to the policies and different things in this city has been anti-black. Policies have been anti-black. And it's really interesting because when I watch how other communities of color are being focused on, I still see the black community being absent in the conversation. So that's something that I'm sensitive to right now. And I do believe that everyone should have a safe place. I do believe that there should be an opportunity where folks can come together and be with like people. Like, so for example, I went to an event, I was invited to an event last night, an event for a school board candidate. And the event was, I would say, Latina focused. And I am half Mexican, yet I identify, I was not raised by my Latin or my Mexican family. And was not necessarily invited because I am a Latina. I was invited because the person felt that I should get an invite, and I really appreciate it. Um, it was beautiful. It was absolutely wonderful and beautiful. And to see people who are connected to each other come together and be able to support somebody that looks like them, that has a shared experience. I believe in that. We need to have those safe places. But when I see certain politicians, like I said, creating these promises to one group and promises to another group, I got issues. So let's see. Um, okay, see Carlos putting something here. Typically, the high propensity voters are targeted in order to save cost on mailers instead of reaching out on everybody and their uncle. That is correct. I agree with you on that, Carlos. And that it's you're more likely to get bang for your buck if you go high propensity. Okay, so let's see. Uh, do, 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 do. Mm. So there is a candidate, and I'm gonna go back to actually I'm gonna go that is attempting. Oh, let me put some names out there. So two of the candidates, let me pull this up. Give me just a second. Let's see. All right, so I'm pulling this page back up and I'm actually going a little bit longer. Oh no, I'm only at 35 minutes. So I'm pulling this up again. So two of the candidates that are running are Black men, Rex Richardson and Franklin Sims. And one thing that I've heard from both of these candidates is the talk that opportunity for first Black mayor and the first, the first. I got first issues, y'all. So something that I've observed um, is this this attempt to go after what's called the black vote. Okay, well, black people are only about 13% of the population in Long Beach. I'm not sure if that's a similar population for registered voters. I don't know the numbers. I definitely would have to look at it or whatever. But this whole idea of going after the black vote. And so when you again, we got Franklin Sims, we got Rex Richardson, and I know that there are people that they feel that they got to vote for somebody based just upon their ethnic group. I'm like, who's going to be the best person for the job, right? I was asking people questions about what their thoughts were about the two candidates, and it was two sided. And one side said, well, if one person, if Sims gets the black vote, then he'll take it away from Richardson. I'm like, oh, okay. Um, so it could hurt him. Okay. Yet, if he doesn't get it, it won't make a difference. I'm sorry, it's not logical to me. Let me take that down. The whole thing of it's not logical to me anymore. At one time, I did have the mindset of voting for the person that looked like you. I had that mindset. Um, Yet I ask people to be very mindful and conscious of that. Um, and to I'm gonna say Mr. Sims has been out and about in communities he's never been in his life. So is Richardson as well. Yet it, it's this attempt to go after black vote. And one thing that I noticed that I find very problematic, and yeah, I'm going in on Sims tonight, y'all. I'm just going on because I didn't seen enough. Um, this whole persona change to be a little bit more black and talk about the hood. I'm offended by that shit. Yes, I curse. I'm offended by that. For someone to come into a neighborhood that they've never been in and get up in front of people and talk about what we gonna do for the hood. When you don't live in the hood, you don't got permission to call it the hood. It ain't okay. And so, like I said, I'm going in on Sim, so I may be doing Mr. Richardson a favor right about now. So again, I said this isn't about promoting one candidate over another, but it is about drawing some attention to some stuff. So be mindful of, for example, there's a Latino candidate. What's his name? Joshua. I should remember his name because my son's name, Joshua Rodriguez. There may be people that are like, I'm gonna vote for him because he's a Latino male. You got Cedillo, the same thing. Be mindful in that, folks. What does this person have to bring to the table? Now, I don't believe that a person has had to hold office position to be able to run for the mayoral position. I don't believe that because Bob Foster did not, Beverly O'Neill did not. So that whole, again, I said this last time, that ideology and belief that folks have to have run for have had to have been in public office to be able to run for mayor, we do need to squash that. Yet at the same time, we got to be mindful of why are we making decisions. So going back to those candidate statements that I showed you, are the things they're saying true? Going back to Mr. Sims' flyer, is what he's saying true? What contribution have they made to the quality of life in our city? That doesn't mean they had to serve in office. So the whole politic thing and the voting black and everything, whatever, who's going to do the best job to move this city forward? That's all I ask. To people to ask themselves when they get ready to make their decision. So I'm not finished with Sims, y'all. I just want you to know that. So I know I'm probably gonna get some backlash from some people because I've already been accused from attacking a black man. He could be purple with polka dots. I don't care. And the reason I didn't mention the other candidate's name and the whole talking about they spearheaded something when they really didn't, because it was changed. It was changed, and I'm gonna chalk it up as an honest mistake. I hear that it's an intern that's managing their social media, so maybe the intern just didn't know better. Yet one thing, and I'm gonna bring this up, and hopefully I will not have this conversation again. Okay, so one thing, I'm gonna go back to a couple of things. I'm gonna go back to the flyer. Let's see if I still have the flyer pulled up. Give me just a second. Share this tab. Thank you, folks, for being patient with me, and I apologize if I'm not able to get to your comments. If you're making comments, so right here, experience matters, and so I'm just gonna read this again, and then I'm gonna show you all something. In 2016, Franklin launched a grassroots campaign against the mayor's sales tax hike. Franklin lost his livelihood for standing up to the mayor, but never gave up hope. Okay, keep that in mind, right? So let's come back. Give me just a moment. Being my own technician, it's exciting. I gotta keep my got all these different tabs. Got all these tabs open, and it's really interesting because they show up in reverse. Okay, so what are you looking at right now? Right now, you are looking at the FPPC website, Fair Political Practice, I think it's Commission. I think that's the proper title for it. Mr. Sims, he spoke of his 2016 recall effort, or not recall, 2016 against Lord, it just lost my mind. I just checked out. Y'all forgive me. And actually I have the wrong one pulled up. Right. Oh no, I just wasn't. Okay. 2016 against Measure Somebody. I don't know if you're able to see this. So this is the fppc.ca.gov website. Mr. Sims currently has multiple open cases against him at the Fair Political Practice campaign with the government, including the 2016 campaign. I did not get an opportunity to pull up the page that shows what the actual complaints are. I believe it's eight different complaints about not properly tracking and keeping track of funds and misusing funds. I share this because there's so much that we don't see about a person. And I'm going to go into some of the finances of some of these other candidates so you can see where the money's coming from. Yet this is something I've been aware of for a while. And like I said, folks have given me a hard time because I'm like, this is not okay, especially when I see this particular candidate going after a very vulnerable, currently a vulnerable population of Black folks in the central area of Long Beach and trying to curry their vote. I think it's misleading. I think it's problematic. Um, anyway, what I just showed you, which is still on the page, this is from, and so the FPPC. One thing that if you notice, a lot of candidates they have on their campaign materials, they have a number. It's a FP. Where's my notes? Okay, I always get it wrong. The FPPC number. So the number candidates have to apply for this number through the state of California. So it's not required from what I looked, it's not required to be on your campaign materials, yet it's helpful if it is, because it basically just verifies you're a legitimate candidate, or you're running a legitimate campaign. So this is a legal institute. So again, I'm just going to show this one more time, and then I'm going to take this off. And like I said, I'm sure someone's going to be like, "Oh, you're dragging a Black man through the mud." No, I'm not. I'm not being controversial. I'm showing you all facts. Okay, these are current open complaints against one of the current mayoral candidates. One of them happens to be in regards to the with the praise that they're giving themselves. There's currently an open case against them in regarding that. I see that it seems like there's some very new cases where people have open cases recently against them. Okay, someone just sent me a message and said it is required to be the FPPC number is required to be on all campaign materials. So someone just sent that message as well. So again, again, do these candidates, are they showing that? Are they showing that information? I know Sims is not. I know Sims is not. And like I said, I'm not trying to like go after anybody specifically, but people need to know. People need to know. And I'm not through with, I know I haven't even got a chance to even to talk about Miss Susie Price yet. I haven't got a chance to. I've been watching her. Like I said, the only thing that I could come up with was she was doing yoga on the beach. I am watching with her. I think I gotta be a little more technical, look at some of the votes that have been voted on or whatever. Yet again, folks, we have to be aware. Are the people that are in front of us, are they, is it smoke and mirrors? Is it smoke and mirrors? Is it just another persona? I could tell you one of the candidates, I was talking to them, I had no idea who the hell they were. I was like, who you? You look like this is your alter ego showing up. And I encourage this before, if there's an opportunity for you to go and meet a candidate, talk to a candidate, go. I am going to things. I am seeing, are people being consistent? Are people talking the same talk no matter who they're in front of? Or are they switching masks? You know, they're in front of this group of people, so they say one thing, and this group they say another thing. That's a problem. We don't need leadership like that. We do not need leadership like that in our city. So let me look at my list. Okay, I think I've gone over everything in my list for tonight. Oh, one more thing before I get off. So I did sit in the Long Beach Democratic Club meeting the other night. It was a long meeting. So someone's like, Jerlene, you got to be on this call. You got to listen. Something that was bothersome to me, and I know it's a club, and it's a club, right? It's a club, you got to be a member. And membership is private. You got to, however you want to define that, you got to pay for your membership to be a part of this club. I'm actually thinking about paying to be a member so I could talk major crap about it. Yeah, what was interesting is the leadership of that club is led by the chief of staff of two people that are currently campaigning against each other. The chief of staff of Rex Richardson and the chief of staff of Susie Price are the leadership of the Long Beach Democratic Club. And I just found that interesting. And people like, it's not a conflict. I don't know. Ideology and beliefs and stuff, it just seems so weird to me. And I'm like, do I want to be part of a club that kind of rides the line of integrity? So it was really interesting. The meeting is online. I haven't had an opportunity to share it yet. once I remember where it is, I will share that. And I really encourage people to take the time and watch that, because again, you get to hear what these candidates have to say. And so the meeting was an endorsement, where people got to talk about their platform and what they're running for, and then the membership of the Democratic Club voted to or not to endorse them. So I shared with you all, I got issues with party politics and local politics. I know people are like, oh, but it says that we have shared values and it means that we're alike. Local elections in Long Beach are nonpartisan. So when people, like, a question that people have asked me multiple times in having conversations about council member Susie Price is, oh, is she a Republican? And I said, well, I know she's not, but does it matter? Nonpartisan, people. Nonpartisan mean party, no party affiliation. So again, when we're making these decisions, what are we making a decision on? Is because their skin color, because they're party affiliated, or is because they actually are going to do something for us? They're actually going to move us forward as a city. They're actually going to change the quality of life, and all the things that they're talking about, what they're going to do. If they've already been office, why haven't they already done it? Anyway, I'm getting off because I have exceeded my time. Apologies if I did not respond to people's messages. If you're watching this and you're watching this after I went live, please let me know you've been here. React, comment, share. For some reason, the little ticker thingy, the counter thing on Facebook is not working for me. So I don't know if people are actually watching or not. I don't know if I'm just talking to myself and Carlos. Because tonight Carlos seems to be my favorite fan. So I don't know if it's just me and Carlos tonight. So if you're here, please just give me a thumbs up. If you think I suck, put in the comments, you suck. I don't care. I just need to know that people are here. Share your thoughts. You disagree with me? Let me know. Tell me what your thoughts are. Tell me what they are. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. And one thing that I had shared before, I'm very clear in if I heard it, saw it, or thought it. So again, it's Jerlene, talk of the town. All politics are local. I'm here to inform, engage, inspire. Hopefully, I made you laugh. Hopefully, I didn't bore y'all to death, because everyone said the last one was boring, but the last one was intentionally technical so that you have an understanding of what folks have to go through just to become a candidate to run in the election. So, thank you for joining me. And again, if you're here, let me know you were here. Thumbs up. I know you can't give me a thumbs down, but you can give me an angry face or something. Have a good night, people, and I will see you next Sunday. I actually may see you before Sunday to do episode number 5. Thank you.